Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Hey, Nick. Hey, Golden. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing all right. Yeah, nose is bugging me slightly. Don't know why. Just kind of is. Really don't know why, but oh well. It's all good, it's all good, it's all good. So, we are back, well, today for what exactly? I mean, the title's right there, guys. Labyrinth of Grisaia. we're doing Grisaia still. We're still in Grisaia week. The unofficial Grisaia week. It's here. It's happening. And now I get to suffer. Why do I get to suffer? Well, you can tell by the title. I think you can tell by the title. Oh, God. So, we finished Yumiko's after story. I'm surprised we finished it last stream. I actually liked how that ended. It was actually really nice and cute, and holy shit. I can't believe I'm saying this. Yuji was collecting all the W's in the boyfriend department. All the W's. This man got himself and Yumiko a mini one-day vacation to a hot spring village. She brought her all around town, indulged her in her whatever shopping whims she wanted, and just anything else she wanted to do. Had a nice secluded bath and relaxing evening, and then at night a walk on the beach, and then a private fireworks display. That he spent all the money the school had set aside for emergencies. That's apparently what they all asked for, all wanted. But specifically so Yumiko could experience a fucking fireworks show. If the man's gonna spend $1 million, I'm assuming it's $1 million. He's gonna spend about $1 million on you to show off a massive fireworks show that's just for you. Holy shit. That man. Oh my god. It's like the one time I'm like, you know what? Yuji's a cool dude. Blows up the school with fireworks. Golden, wrong route. That's the Sachi route where they blow up the school. Remember? But yeah, we finished off Yumiko's route, so we get to start off a new after-story route. Exactly. Sachi best girl. Well, not hard disagree, just disagree. Disagree. Personal best girl, Michiru. Best story-wise, Yumiko. I will not argue that point. I will not argue it. Damn nose. I will not, like, you can't tell me otherwise. Michiru best girl right here, but overall story-wise, Yumiko's best girl. You know, I could clip that and send it to him, right? You know I can send that to him, right? You know that, right, Golden? I got a direct line to Mochi. Tuna Fish Man best girl. That's more like it. That's more like it. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I'll be starting shortly here, guys. Just, yeah. And it sent. Told him to do with that what he will. So, we finished... Okay, so in all seriousness now. We finished Yumiko's route. So, now we're starting a new after story. And I'm going in the reverse order of the routes I did back in Fruit of Grisaia. So, next up on the list is Makina. I don't know how I feel about this. Y'all know how I feel about Makina. Y'all know how we all feel about Makina. I mean, like, this... I really need to make this like an actual hotkey for myself. At some point. It just totally loses something. God damn, this takes forever. We all have a certain feeling toward Makina here. There it is. I need to make that a hotkey for myself that I can just play at any time. So I don't have to awkwardly go into my my thing and sound alerts and do it. You beat me to it. One of us is gonna get it. One of us. Yeah, not the biggest fan of Makina. Excuse me. Never have been, and probably never will be. Honest, she just... I don't really like her at all. But, anywho, we gotta play through it anyway, because I'm still curious to see where her story and Yuji's story with her goes after their route had ended. Which, let's do a very brief little recap of what happened in Makina's route. Makina paid Yuji like 100 grand to be her dad. He said yes. He then got embroiled in a whole bunch of family politics relating to her family's worldwide spanning company. She was nearly killed at one point. They're trying to force her to go back into the family business because her half-sister was in critical condition now. She's also a trauma victim from when her dad, who tried to expose their shady business, was killed in front of her and left to rot in front of her for a few days because they kind of forgot about her. Her and Yuji go on the run for a little bit. Makina gets injured defending herself. She gets put in the hospital, and then Yuji confronts her mother. Almost kills her. Was ready to, I decided not to, so he just kind of scared the shit out of her. She ran off. Like, she kind of took the whole company with her to finally leave Makina alone. Gives us a time skip. Makina now takes up Yuji's position in Ichigaya, while Yuji is, I guess, presumed dead and has a robo-arm. Because he lost his arm after busting into, their workplace. Their office building. He got shot, I think at least on the way out, with a shotgun. So there you go. That route ended with, them in like California, I think, or San Francisco. They're in America, running a bakery. Makina is now a trained assassin. And Yuji's just kind of there, wearing the good old classic sunglasses and ball cap. I'm incognito, you don't know who I am. And then the route ends. So that's kind of it. That's like it. That's all we got. I don't know where this is gonna take us from there. Uh-oh, Mochi messaged me too. Hey, Golden, I wasn't kidding. I did send that to him. I literally clipped 2 messages and just sent it straight to him. And I'm like, do with that what you will. Hey, Mochi, what's going on, buddy? Ah. The way you said it, I didn't know if it was like at this moment. I thought it was in the past. No, it was literally this moment. Literally within the last 5 minutes. I said, you know, I could just send that to Mochi, right? I have a direct line to him. And he's like, well, you can see in the message, he's like, oh, I expect you to. So I did. So I did. Yeah, it's been a year. I've been holding on to that for a year. Oh my god. By the way, if you guys have not checked out Mochi Kuma, do yourselves an absolute favor here and do it. You got yourself a bear tuber, PNG tuber, awesome dude, base takes about literally anything. Met him because of these games, and we very much agree on a lot of things about them. Other than who's actually, you know, best girl. But I mean, you know, potato. Down here I can't stay long because I'm gonna call out Bunny. No worries, buddy. No worries. So yeah, check this man out. And also check out his channel. I love doing my little shoutouts like that. Okay, just to catch me up today, how many afters have you finished? I know Yumiko's, that's it. I've done Yuchi's main story, and I've done Yumiko's. That's it. That's all I've done so far. We're starting Makina's today. As disappointing as that is. I vote Sachi next. I think she's coming after Makina. Bro, I'm doing it in the reverse order of the routes I did in Fruit, okay? I started with Michiru, ended with Yumiko, so this time I'm starting with Yumiko, ending with Michiru. That feels the most fair to me. Golden, say psych right now. Say psych right now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. You son of a bitch. Well, he did say psych right now, so he got me there. He got me there. I love this so far. Yeah, this is the nice calm and fun times before I get into God. Oh my God, Golden. Guys, I think Golden might be a masochist. He just likes, you know, inciting possible trauma and pain to himself. I'm not gonna judge, though. No judgment. No judgment. M is gonna be an M. Sadist is inflicting it on others. Masochist is having it happen to you. You keep inciting incidents where it can happen to you, good sir. I'm technically correct. The best kind of correct. I make chaos happen to Mochi. Indeed you do. Oh my god. This is why I like streaming. This is honestly why I like streaming. Because the stuff happening down there in chat. Just the stuff happening in chat. I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, I don't want to take too long, so let's... Yeah, we gotta fire it up. We gotta fire up Makina's after story. The sooner we start it, the sooner we will finish. And then we can move on to a better character. I mean, I don't be mean to anyone that actually does like Makina, but, like, I do not enjoy her presence, like, at all, really. I mean, she has her cute moments when she's just being, you know, cute. Which, I mean, I like cute shit. But with Makina, you get the whole package, and it's a lot. So, yeah, let's just start it. Oh my god. Like that specifically. Hello, sir. Here's $100,000. Can I call you Daddy? In literally the most platonic way possible, too. Just actually be my dad, please. Like, what the fuck was that? Whatever. Let's... Okay, yeah, 100K is 100K, but that's still weird. That's still really weird. She's technically the sugar mama, yet we're the one being called daddy. Yeah. The writer needs to start. Oh yeah, dude, yeah, 100K. I could do a lot with 100K. No, kinda. I'd be able to do a fair bit. But I don't know, that just feels weird. I'm very... The word feels weird to me. Anyway, let's actually just start the route so I can get the pain over with. So, alright, here we go. Makina's after story. There's no way I can catch up. When did that thought first convince me to stop running entirely? I can't do it. It's impossible. Those words were enough to stop me dead in my tracks. I knew better than anyone that I needed to change. But that didn't make the challenges in front of me any easier. So at the time, I didn't really appreciate it when people carelessly encouraged me to keep at it. She sells the Tamagotchi. Nice little attention to detail there. Don't give up before you even try. There's no such thing as impossible. You don't have to succeed right away. Let them laugh if they want to. People who stop to mock the losers behind them will always be surpassed by the people who keep struggling with every single step they take. Agents who constantly try to pull off something impressive are the ones who die young. Take it slow and carefully. That's what Papa always says. Oh my god, this is all this is all Makina. Oh my god. Alright. I'm not bothering with my voice today. It's just not into it right now. It's just not into it to change for female narration. That's my papa for you. Talk about your words of wisdom. Oh my god. Of course she's wearing aviators. Cheating us at a female bear and shake my head. Dude, it's just not into it today. Honestly, my throat is just not up for it. It just really isn't. Not today. Maybe Saturday. Where's her weapon? Probably in that case she's carrying around behind her. It's been a year now since the two of us moved over to Florida. Okay, so they did go to Florida. I carried out a bunch of jobs in the States, and now I've been ordered back home to earn my license to work in Japan. At the moment, I'm working under the number V9029. V stands for Virginia. It means I'm just Papa's support, basically. He's still number I9029. I'm officially his spotter, not an agent in my own right. Okay, so he's not presumed dead. He's still around. It's just... She's doing what Yuji used to do for Asako. Okay. That's their situation. That's what their situation is now. She's doing what he used to do for Asako, filling in for her. And now they're trying to make her official. So she can officially take on his number and all of his duties. To be honest, I ain't too happy about that state of affairs. I can handle things just fine on my own by now, but Papa's still not letting me take any of the killing jobs. Well, because he would never take them. He would never take the killing jobs, because he physically couldn't. He'd literally start retching the minute he tried to pull the trigger. Although I just love the continuations for all these routes just because they could. Hey, it doesn't alienate the fan base. Doing it this way, having one actual, continuous story thing that isn't an end to any of the actual routes, but then having little stories set after them for a sequel is a fantastic idea. They continue their story, but they're not going to alienate the 4/5 of their audience by committing to one girl is the real best girl. Like, one girl won. Everyone else, don't worry about it. Though again, in my heart, Michiru, in actual story-wise, Yumiko's like the best end and route and perfect end for this game. Well, for Fruit. Yeah, bro, there definitely is a fan base, trust me. I actually see Grisaia get brought up a fair bit everywhere I kind of go. It's actually kind of surprising. Though not really. Once I found out about this game, that's when I started noticing it pop up more. I've definitely seen probably stills here and there of it, but I just never knew what it was from. And I never looked into it, and well, now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. Have you ever hated someone enough that you wanted to kill them? Here's the thing. People who kill for a reason like that are nothing more than murderers. Or so Papa tells me. Grisaia is how we met. Best decision of Baron's life. Damn straight it was. I still have to look back into all the VODs to see which one you first raided into. It had to... It was either during Michiru's or it was right when I was starting... I think Sachi was my I think Sachi was my second route. I think it was my second route. I gotta look into it. It was during Sachi route? Okay, okay. You know that? Alright, so now my search has narrowed considerably. Like, considerably it's been narrowed. It'll be really easy to find it then. And it was around that time I was more consistently saving all my VODs, too. So they should... Those ones will all be there. It's the common route I'm missing a few. which is fine. I just miss... So just on YouTube, you won't be able to see some of the more slice-of-life stuff from the common route, which... You miss out on a few things here and there, it's okay. It repeats a lot of the stuff over and over to really get you into that comfy zone and get connected with these girls before you commit to a route. Remembering to save VODs is hard. You know what's been a lifesaver for me, Moch? I use Streamlabs desktop, and I literally have an option set, so when I hit start stream, it just starts recording. And then when I hit end stream, it stops recording. So right there, sitting in a folder, is the VOD, recorded straight from here. I don't have to go onto Twitch and download it and deal with any bitrate fluctuations that happen. It's just here, ready to go, and I can take that raw VOD and just ship it immediately to YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, my other friend, Oracle, told me that's what she does, and I just kind of started doing it, because I started getting lazy and lost a whole bunch of VODs. I got really lazy and lost a lot of VODs, to be perfectly honest. Oh my god. Don't remind me of a bear in the cabin. Poor John. The female dog. God, Yuji was so ill-adjusted. Name him John. It's a girl dog. John. Yeah, I did already read through that. I went through all of that. There was a few points that almost got to me. Not as hard as, well, the first 3 routes I played. But it was getting me. It was getting me. First, he convinces me to do anything I set my mind to. Then he tells me I'm not ready yet. Seems like some pretty dang mixed messages there, am I right? That arc made me love Asako. Honestly, Asako is... For what she was able to do with Yuji was actually amazing. She managed to form him back into at least half a person. She took a fractured shell of a man, of a boy, and built him up just enough to be a person again. Just enough so he can at least function. After that, it was just, you're on your own. You want to be more of a person, you gotta fill the gaps in yourself. She set him up for success. She did a lot of hard work. She set him up for success. Chizuru better? I mean, I do love Chizuru. Still, hashtag Chizuru route when. I want a Chizuru route, damn it. Give me Chizuru. Still, Papa's my master and all, so I don't have much choice but to bite my tongue and give him a cute little nod. Sure, I've been known to yell, "Stop treating me like a kid," sometimes. That just gets Papa going. JB and Chizuru routes, please. Maybe when you stopped acting like one. Honestly, how about you listen to your father for once? Is this one of those rebellious phases I've heard so much about? That's definitely a Yuji line. Usually follows that up by pinching the bridge of his nose, looking up at the sky, and letting out a big dramatic sigh. Also, there you go. You're somewhat getting female Baron voice, crappy Baron narrator voice. I've just kind of slipped into it unconsciously. Enjoy, I guess. I like that sort of thing. Way I see it, the sooner I'm a pro in my own right, the sooner Papa can ease into a nice, peaceful retirement.
But according to Papa, I shave a few years off his life every time I head off into the field alone. I mean, I see where he's coming from and all. The jobs I've taken care of so far haven't really been that impressive. Guess there was that one time with the robber who holed up in a video rental store one night after the police surrounded him. There just happened to be an unlucky senator in there who'd stopped by to pick up a porno, so they sent me over for a super discreet rescue op. Shot the gun right out of the punk's hand. Guess that's about it, though.
Video rental stores. That just aged this game. That just aged this game. Has anyone in my chat been alive for...
Come on! Banana War! Banana! Banana! Banana!
Cat Jam.
Thank you for the resub, Mochi. 8 months, let's fucking go. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it, man. Enjoy, all the emotes. And ad-free viewing. I have... all of my emote slots are filled. All of my emote slots are filled. So enjoy. You got a plethora to work with. You do have a plethora to work with. Ooh. Ooh.
Stopping in my tracks, I glanced down at the digital pet hanging from my waist, careful to remain aware of my surroundings. 672 steps. Since my old digital pet died a tragic death while serving as a makeshift detonation device, Papa was kind enough to buy me a replacement. This guy's a brand new 4th generation model with an onboard GPS that allows it to display the path you've walked on a little map.
Yes, enjoy the banana booba. There'll be no booba here, though. It's Makina.
Heading right over to the tallest building in the area, I take the elevator to the top floor. Then head out onto the emergency stairs, tie some duct tape I bought at a hardware store around the handrail, and fix a wind gauge to the roof of the penthouse. I've already repeated this process 4 times so far.
祝日かなんかで国旗でも上がっててくれると楽なんだけどな。まあ世の中そううまくはいかねえのよさ。
At times like these, I always find myself recalling another of my papa's maxims.
Job well done is the result of steady, simple effort. Shortcuts are a recipe for failure.
The words of Kazumi Yuji.
Hopefully we get to Yuji. Oh, we get...
久しぶりね。
Okay.
ユージ。
Okay, there we go. Okay, now we get the booba. So they're just... well, then again, I guess because the Irisu conglomerate doesn't really care about him anymore. Or Makina, they're not going to go like, wait, he's actually alive? They're not going to give a shit. So, yeah, I guess he can just walk into Ichigaya, no problem. Still be on their payroll and as an agent. Yeah. Bitrate is going a little funky right now. It should be okay, though. Should be okay. Has it? We just talked on the phone last week.
直接会うのは久しぶりでしょ?
Did you lose a little weight again?
誰かさんが毎度毎度余計な仕事を増やしてくれるおかげでね。
Just to be clear, it's not my fault the governor's barbecue party was ruined last month. That was all Makina.
で、そのマキナはどこにいるの？
Isn't coming today. Apparently she doesn't want to see Chiata.
はい？それってどういう意味です？っていうか、帰国早々マキナを一人にしたんですか？
Is that DDLC poster new? Yeah! Okay, yeah, actually, I don't think you've been around since, I actually went to Anime North. Yeah, I got a Doki Doki poster, a Doki Bird poster, a Kamen Rider Geats poster, and that's it. Yeah, I got 3 prints. I wanted to get more, but the last day I was actually there, went to dinner, and the dealer's room was closing very early, and there was no way we'd get there in time before I had to do something else. So that kind of sucked. Thanks, man. It felt lonely just having the, like, 4 posters I had there. Now it's a little more full. I have more posters I could throw up, like movie posters and stuff, but I don't know. I think that's all pretty good right there so far. If I want to add more, I'll add more. But for now, I'm good. It's a nice little change from what I used to have. It was just a joke. Makina's gone to say hello to her mother.
ちょっと、それって大丈夫なの？いろいろな意味で。
Won't be a problem at all. Trust me.
I-9029 は信用できたとしても、V9029 はまだ不安定です。というか、担当官である私に一切の連絡もなしで何してるんですか？
Look, she's not a child. Do you really want your agents calling you up every time they run out of toilet paper?
そういう問題じゃありませんよ。万が一のことがあったらどうするつもりなんです？
No need to worry. I'll take full responsibility if anything goes wrong. Yep, Chiata is the JB to Makina. Okay, seriously, why is my bitrate going fucky? Well, I mean, it's holding steady enough. You guys haven't said there's a problem so far, which is alright. I gotta remember to reset our router tonight. Before I go to bed, I'll reset our router. Then again, maybe it's just Twitch has got busy everything? I don't know. It's fine. Just try not to worry about it. I just have to try not to worry about it. Anyway, how about showing a little faith in the girl? In this line of work, we need trust more than time or money.
って私を睨まれてもね。言っておくけど、私はユージを信頼しているわよ。可愛くなくて素直じゃなくて意地悪で頑固なくせに無駄に優しいヘタレでずるい男だという部分も織り込み済みでね。
You're not wrong. Only thing I've noticed is my messages are a bit delayed, but that's just Twitch stream itself is fine. Okay, yeah. So maybe it's just the Twitch server is a little weird. That because everything else is fine. So that's more than likely it. That's usually what it is. I know. Maybe I should experiment with trying to connect to a different Twitch server and then doing one automatically. It's fine. It's the summer. There's probably gonna be more people trying to stream now. You're too kind.
愛してるわ、ユージ。
Oh my god, JB. Yeah. Right back at you, Julia.
もしかして私、今 バカにされてます？
Yes, actually. We're not really hiding it. You noticed. You got potential, kid. Guess you're not an idiot after all.
私、マキナを探しに行ってきます。
Is Yuji gonna look at her ass again?
あんまりいじめないでよ。あれでも一応、私の可愛い後輩なんだから。
Oh? Well, if you want me to be nice, I'll have to show her some love next time.
それはやめて。あなたに本気で可愛がられたら、あの子ストレスで髪が抜け始めるわ。
Talk about rude. I'm not a monster, you know.
いいの？放っておいて。
What, the Chiata thing? Or Makina?
両方よ。
Well, don't you think it's about time those two had a bit of a wake-up call? Makina's learned enough in training that she's starting to think she can do anything on her own. And Chiata still can't look past the number 9029. At the end of the day, an agent needs orders. Without their case officer, they're just useless killing machines. And all that legendary number stuff is mostly just a story the instructors made up to light a fire under the butts of the newbies. It's so absurdly exaggerated, they might as well be talking about some invincible comic book Superman. Doesn't bear much resemblance to reality. Hell, the only reason I'm still alive is because I've had you behind the scenes, reading the situation and issuing appropriate instructions. In that sense, I really do trust you, JB. And I'm grateful to you.
あなたね。真顔でそういうことを言うからずるい男って言われるのよ。だいたいね、私の命令なんて3回に1回は平気で無視するくせに何を今さら従順ぶってるのよ。
But you take that into consideration before you issue them, don't you? Anyway, I lost my right arm last time I tried going rogue on you. I've learned my lesson for good.
その言葉が本気なら、私も少しは安心して太れるってものなんだけどね。
Don't go overboard. Car might start turning to the left on its own every time you hit the gas.
そこまで太るつもりはないわよ。
Oh my god. No worries. If it gets too bad, I'll get in the passenger seat to balance things out. An agent and his case officer are a team after all.
機種にはもう慣れた？
More or less. It's a little heavy, and I have to charge it up twice a day. Can't say I enjoy taking all that medicine either. But other than that, it's not so bad. Anyway, I can do my work well enough with just my left arm.
仕事を続ける気はあるのね。
Losing an arm isn't enough to make me useless. I was trained better than that. I guess marathon missions would probably be tough, but it shouldn't be a problem as long as I've got Makina helping out on the quick jobs.
それでいいの？
With what?
マキナのことよ。結局巻き込んじゃったわね。
I've talked it over with the girl herself countless times. Can't change the past now.
薬でマキナの記憶を飛ばすこともできたのよ。
Wait, they can do that? Each guy can just do that? They can just wipe your mind? They just force feed you a bunch of drugs? And it's like, yeah, now you forget everything. That's actually kind of terrifying. They can just mind wipe whoever. Oof. Mentioned that. She told me she'd rather die. Don't worry, I'll look after her.
あなたがそれでいいと言うなら、私は何も言わないけど。
By now, I think I'm actually grateful it worked out this way. Setting my empty coffee cup on the table, I glanced down at my watch. Oops, about time for me to get going. I have to pick up Makina.
迎えならキアラが言ったでしょ。
What? You think she's gonna find her? I didn't train the girl that badly. Anyway, the coffee was good. Thanks.
コーヒーを入れたのはキアラよ。
Really? Alright then. Give that nice big butt of hers a pat and say thanks for I was waiting for it. You can't change him. You can't change Yuji. My god, that son of a bitch. Wow, no reaction from JB. I think she's just, like, she's just done. She's used to it. I got Makina involved in this. I'm aware of that, of course. Naturally, there's a part of me that regrets it. There's a part of me that thinks I could have found a better way. Like they say, though, hindsight is 20/20. I know there's no point dwelling on what I could have done. I know it's all the past now. JB is numb to it. Damn straight she is. Sometimes, I can't help thinking. Isn't there anything I can do? Isn't there any way I can live the rest of my life without regret? Sometimes I just can't help it. Oh, back to Makina, huh?
Rooftops are usually under lock and key. In other words, anyone who opens the lock can get access to them, and there isn't a lot of random foot traffic. Removing my rifle from its case, which I pulled up here on a cart, I whip out my digital ratchet torque wrench and begin the assembly process. When distances like these are involved, you've got to tighten every screw perfectly, or there's no telling where your bullets are going to end up. Using the corrections that worked during training as a reference, I carefully assembled my rifle. And just to be on the safe side, I snap in my laser bore sight and focus on a target 10 meters away. The offset's almost exactly the same as the last time I used it. Is she gonna take a pot shot at her mom? Next, I set up a wind gauge mounted on a tall rod, spread out a mat, and lay myself down on top of it. Pulling data over the internet from the other gauges I've set up around the area, I do a few quick calculations on my laptop while starting up my ballistic calculator program. Winds from the south, average speed 13 meters per second, gust factor 2.4, uplift ratio 3.8, flow separation correction 12.3, standard deviation 19.8% when ignoring vortex regions. Comparing the numbers on the laptop screen to the way my strap of tape was actually fluttering when I look up at it through my scope, I plug in an additional correction founded through personal experience.
Okay, he actually trained a halfway decent sniper. Holy shit.
Once my final numbers appear on the screen, I quickly adjust the elevation and windage knobs on my scope to match. The pedometer hanging from my waist provides a GPS-corrected number of 1947 steps. Every step I take covers about 65.2 centimeters, so... that's a total of 12,009... No, wait.
No, what the f... Why are they separating it like that?
That's... no. So that's a total of 129,644.4 centimeters. Or 1,269.444 meters. My target's approximately 1,270 meters away.
割とギリギリかも。
I've only got 2 bullets for this one. The first is a tungsten core penetrator. The other is a specially modified hot rod designed for maximum speed and flight stability. The penetrator's gonna open a hole in the obstacle between me and my target. Then, I just have to shoot the hot rod through it.
ペネトレーターで開けることができる穴は約9センチ。そこに地弾を叩き込もうって言うんだから、気の遠くなるような話なのよさ。
Is she literally gonna take a pot shot at her mom? Is that what's happening right now? She's gonna take a pot shot at her mom. First blowing through whatever anti-sniper defense she has, and then firing her bullet? Oh my god.
Well, they say Papa can pull off this sort of trick every time. And if he can do it, there's no reason I can't.
時間なのよさ。
Even the most legendary of snipers needs to rely on a little medical help at times. And so, the next item I retrieve from my pocket is a small silver case containing a number of pills. Selecting a booster specially designed for marksmen, I toss it into my mouth. I can't stand medicine. Always hated it, ever since I was a kid. But when the need arises, you gotta do what you gotta do. You don't need water with this particular pill. After chewing it for a minute or so, your eyeballs tighten up and go red, and tears begin to flow uncontrollably down your cheeks. In return, you're able to see perfectly at long distances, and you can go a good 7 minutes without wanting to blink.
Oh god.
見える見える。すっげえ見えるのよさ。
Jesus.
Peering through my digital rifle scope, I study the top floor of the Irisu Global Headquarters. Specifically, the window of the President's office.
Oh my god, she is taking a pot shot at her mom.
The window reflects the sunlight like a mirror, but by now, I can clearly make out my mother casually sipping tea inside.
オーケー、そうだよーい。
Unzipping my urethane ammo pouch, I examine the bullets within. There's a ribbon painted on both, a blue one and a red one. The blue ribbon means penetrator. Pulling back on my rifle's bolt handle, I gently push the blue bullet into the exposed chamber, then return the bolt to the forward position.
そうだよー。
Jesus. Damn, I gotta go and hit Bunny collab. It was great to catch up again. No worries, man. You and Bunny have fun, man. Thanks for stopping in and giving golden shit.
右肩よーい。左肩よーい。射撃準備よーし。
All I gotta do is wait for my laptop, currently crunching numbers in real time, to give me the go sign, and then pull the trigger.
本日の午前の分の報告は以上です。
Fuck this bitch, fuck this bitch, fuck this bitch.
そうですか。では下がって結構よ。それと業務とは関係ありませんが、9029号が日本国内に戻ってきているという情報が入っております。
Oh.
あら、そうなの？それでと言いますか、一応護衛などを手配するべきかと。
He did sort of break in that time and nearly kill you.
必要ありませんよ。だいたい見逃してあげたのはこちらです。それをわざわざ向こうから再び殺されに来るなんてありえないでしょ。マキナお嬢様も一緒に日本に戻られているという情報もありますが。
Yeah, we're seeing her again.
それこそどうでもいいじゃありませんか。 幸いなことにサリナも順調に回復していますし、
Yeah, fuck this bitch.
市ヶ谷との間に情報制約も取れた今となっては、もうマキナには興味ありません。そんなことより、最近あなたの入れるお茶、味が落ちているのではなくて？
申し訳ありません。ですが、茶葉の風味が落ちてきたので新しいものと交換しようとしたところ、もったいないからダメとお顔を真っ赤にされて拳をブンブン振り回されたのは清香様ご自身だったかと。
私がいつそんなこと言いましたか？とにかく入れ直してちょうだい。美味しくないのよ。
I hate this bitch.
あ、はい、ただいま。
Oh. The mug in Irasu Kyoka's hand suddenly shatters. Still holding its handle, she quizzically tilts her head 15 degrees to the right.
何？突然。
Covering her head with a document binder, the secretary, Miss Sawada, proceeds to duck down onto the floor. Perplexed, Kyoka turns around to discover the wind whistling through a 9-centimeter hole in her bulletproof glass window, now white with cracks. Reflexively tossing the handle of her mug aside, she ducks for cover behind her mahogany desk in a blind panic. What the fuck do you expect her to do?
清香様、こっち来ないでください。無理です。
とりあえず誰か呼ばないと。電話を。
清香様、危ない。清香様、ダメです。電話壊されちゃいました。
What the fuck? She shoot her mom's hand as she was reaching for the phone?
指もげちゃいました。
Oh.
ちょっと沢田、あなた携帯持ってるでしょ？誰か呼んで。
嫌ですよ。そんなことしたら今度は私が撃たれるじゃないですか。私もう怖いの嫌なんです。9029怖いんです。もうこの仕事辞めます。田舎に帰ります。
沢田、これお待ちなさい。私を置いて逃げるの？
こっち来ないでください。
残念。玉切れなのよさ。
Wow.
お母さん、ただいま。私、帰ってきたのよ。
Now that's what I call a greeting card. Too bad it cost me 2 special order rounds worth a good 8,000 yen each. Oh well, it's a small price to pay for giving that old hag a lifelong terror of windows. Serves you right. Bleh. I think that was satisfying enough to tide me over for a while. But don't go thinking you've seen the last of me, mommy dearest.
相手、うわー、くそ
Oh, no.
ー。相手。
Oh, is she getting her chunny shit too now?
As the tension drains from my body, the usual post-sniping headache kicks in right on schedule. I gotta take my blocker stat, or I'll end up losing consciousness. I can't stand medicine. Always hated it, ever since I was a kid. Before long, my dilated pupils begin to shrink, and I can feel my heart rate returning to normal.
うわ、やべ、鼻水が。
Taking a tissue from my skirt pocket, I blow my nose, then start putting away my gear. Halfway through the process, I glance down at my digital pet to check the time.
おっと、パパとの待ち合わせの時間なのよさ。
Wow. Oh, okay. Now now the route gets its opening. Hell of an opening. Hell of an opening. Yes, we saw this during the other routes we did. I'm still letting it play. Don't care. I like it. I mean, I kind of prefer the Fruits opening more than this, but meh. We did do the Yumiko route already. Michiru, I love it. And Kazuki. Chizuru! JB and Asuko. I don't know why the title's in French. I don't know why. It just kind of is. I've actually got to go to the bathroom. That was fast. I mean, it's just the opening for the route. It's always going to have a prologue. But these are also just going to go fast in general. I did, what, Yumiko's in like 3-4 streams? So yeah, these will go pretty quick. They're nice and short. Let's see our progress. I say that, and we're only 7% through Makinas, so, well, it's gonna take us a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I've got to go to the bathroom, so BRB. Alright, and I am back. So let's just continue on. I'm going to assume Yuji's talking here. I'm going to assume. Just cuz. Use your right hand for your chopsticks and your pencil. Use your left when you're batting or throwing a ball. As a child, I didn't really care which of my arms was dominant. Okay, it is Yuji talking because he brings up Kazuki. But Kazuki repeatedly nagged me to hold my chopsticks in my right hand. When I asked her why it mattered, she said,
I don't want people thinking I'm incapable of teaching my own brother how to behave.
Talk about self-centered. In comparison to that, Asuko's argument almost sounded respectable.
Can't hurt to know how to shoot with both hands. Never know when you'll lose one.
In any case, I've been able to use both hands interchangeably ever since I was a kid. And as a result, it hasn't been that difficult to get the hang of controlling my artificial arm, which moves in response to signals from a pulse modulator embedded in the left side of my brain. Damn! We're going some sci-fi here. Just to get him to have a robotic arm. Retrieving a single medal from my cup, I slip it into the game machine slot. This sort of thing isn't too difficult if I watch the movements of my artificial hand, but it gets much trickier in the dark, or when I'm looking elsewhere. It feels a bit like typing on a keyboard with your eyes closed. It's all a matter of practice, I guess. I mean, yeah, he can have an artificial arm that'll move and do everything he wants it to, but I don't think he's going to have sensation. He's not going to be able to feel what it feels. So yeah, he's got to kind of keep his eye on it so he knows where it is at all times, what it's grabbing, and how tight to maybe grab it. Otherwise, he could just unknowingly be crushing something. That's my guess. That's definitely my guess. You just got to get used to it, because he shouldn't have any kind of sensation in an artificial arm, unless they're going super sci-fi and like they hooked it up to like his nerve endings so it can feel stuff. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. It was a struggle just to wipe my ass in the bathroom for a while, but I'm starting to get more comfortable using my right hand this way. The training mostly involves dull, repetitive exercises like grabbing soybeans with chopsticks while I read. But eventually, this should become second nature to me, and I won't be a burden on Makina anymore. Well, I mean, he's basically going through physiotherapy and rehab and stuff. Like, they'll make you, like, when something happens, it's not as traumatic as losing your entire arm or something. You gotta do a lot of very repetitive, redundant, dull things, mostly just to retrain your limb and your brain to be able to do those things again. That's why it's a lot of the time it's like, can you just like kind of stack these blocks up? That takes a little bit of precision to be able to get them up and drop it on without, or place them on without slipping, letting go of the block and whatnot. It might look simple, but if something renders you unable to like use your hands and arm properly for something like that, it can be a bit of a struggle. I'm not talking from experience, just from what I've seen. I mean, I'm also kind of talking from having to retrain Ruby's leg to start walking again a bit. Had to try and get her leg used to moving again in a specific way. It was never going to be perfect. It's definitely not perfect, but she can at least walk on her own now. Which is great. It's physical fair, not physio. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. Just meh. You know what words I'm trying to say. I'm also trying to sound smarter than I am. By that point, Makina probably won't need my support either. Thought makes me a little sad, but as her father, I'm not about to tell her that. Guess it's about time. I've been killing time playing metal games for a while now. A glance at my watch on my left wrist tells me it's currently 13:25. Makina's probably done with her job by now. I'm scheduled to meet up with her at 13:30. Thanks to my time with the Marines, I always get moving exactly 5 minutes ahead of schedule. Rising from my seat, I turn to the college-aged girl at the machine next to me. You still playing, miss? I need to get going, so you can have my medals. Pachinko! He's playing some pachinko, guys. It's totally not gambling. You're not getting money from it. You're just, you know, you're gonna get a small little prize. That's all you're gonna get out of it. You're gonna win a jackpot to get a little tiny prize. It's a cute little toy or whatever. The shop next door will buy that off of you, though. No worries. Totally unrelated to the actual pachinko parlor itself. There's no gambling here. The young woman takes my medals with a dopey little smile. Her round cheeks make her look pretty dim-witted, but it's kind of endearing. Well, he's an asshole still. No shock there. In another 2 or 3 years, will my daughter look something like this? The thought brings a small smile to my face. And an instant later, there's a jolt of pain on my flank. Ow! That hurts. Oh, Makina? You're early. Turn around to find Makina in her cart. She's glaring up at me like an indignant squirrel, her round little cheeks even puffier than usual. Oh my god. The girl's been pretty tough on me lately. Seems to seriously upset her when I speak with other women, judging from the way she always jumps in to interrupt the conversation. Yeah, sorry about that. Don't get angry. Dropping my artificial hand onto Makina's puffy little head, I give her scalp a nice firm scratching. The heck are you talking about?
Papa.
Yeah. This girl's my daughter. This lady's be like, what? Alright, alright. Well then, miss. I'll see you later. Ow! Coming, alright? Stop kicking me. I turn and leave the arcade with Makina, my hand still resting on her head. Oh my god, oh my god. Total slander. I try not to make more enemies than necessary, that's all. Anyway, did things go well with your mother? Good for you. Are you satisfied now? I mean, if you didn't hate her after everything she did, I would be surprised. It'd be nice if you could forgive her eventually, but I guess that's probably impossible. I have to admit, I still hate my father's guts. Oof. You're not ready to kill people yet. Not by a long shot. Also, I'd recommend against murdering a parent. Once she's dead, you won't be able to harass her anymore. You'd regret it in the long run.
そんなもんかね。まあ、パパがそう言うなら絶対そうなんだろうって無条件に信じるけど、私の中では言葉の本当の意味は消化できてないのよ。
Trust Makina, trust him. I mean, he did kill anyone. I mean, he did. No, actually, no, he did kill his dad. He did whack him over the head with a booze bottle, and that did kill him. Apparently. He's got trauma from that. I mean, his entire route was kind of partially about that. That's good enough for now. You'll understand eventually. Are you upset?
そうじゃなくて、頭が痛い。
Did you use the drugs?
ごめんよ、パパ。
Boosters. Drugs that temporarily enhance your physical and mental condition. Blockers. Drugs that suppress your dangerously heightened sensory and muscular capabilities. Issued only under specific circumstances, typically to snipers or soldiers fighting at night, they offer brief periods of superhuman combat prowess in exchange for severe after effects. You should avoid using those when you can. Save them for when you absolutely need to land a 1,000-meter shot. They'll give you chronic migraines. We can tell. We can tell they do. Who gave you the drugs anyway? Chiata?
そう。
That little punk.
怒らないであげて。キアラも悪気があって渡したわけじゃないのよ。
Yeah, I know. After 9 months of training, snipers with potential are usually issued a certain amount of personal equipment. That includes weaponry tailored to their preferences, high-quality ammunition, and the booster sets. It was the same for me. They're tools that allow us to carry out every mission we're assigned with whatever we're provisioned. With whatever we're provisioned. God, learn to read. I find myself remembering a conversation from 2 months ago, the week after Makina received her first order to fire on a live human target. Yuji. What the fuck? Alright. Hey there, Chiata. Your ass never gets any less huge, does it?
お尻は関係ないです。先日行ったイリス・マキナのカウンセリングの結果をお知らせします。
Oh? Is this important?
大切です。というか、私のお尻に話しかけるのやめてもらっていいですか?
Is he literally bent over staring at her ass? Jesus Christ, man. That's a tall order.
実務における技能が水準に達したとの判断から、先週初めてイリス・マキナに C 任務を与えましたが。
Oh? We already done discussing your ass.
真面目に話を聞く気は?
Jesus Christ, Yuji. Alright. Go ahead.
つまりですね。初めての対人狙撃任務を終えた後、何か呆然としていたので声をかけたんですけど、マキナ、 初めての仕事の感想は？
ああ、最近球の質が落ちたね。全然まっすぐ飛ばないのよさ。
Okay.
それだけ？他には？
ハードプライマーにしてって言ったのにソフトよこしやがって。人の話聞けって装備科のアホに言っといて。
ハードの方が直進性は高いけど衝撃が大きいから2射目が遅れるのよ。あなたは体が小さいから気を使ったの。
余計なお世話なのよさ。一発で仕留めるから
Oh my
2
god.
発目はいらないのよ。
You're not perfect. You're not a perfect shot. Oh my god.
狙撃対象の右腕を撃ち抜いた理由は？
右手に銃を持っていたから。左手に持っていたら左腕を撃ったと思うのよ。
Let me guess. Her mission was actually to terminate him, kill him, not just disarm him.
そう。この受け答え、父親としてどう思います？
Not sure what you mean. She expressed herself pretty clearly.
父親の右腕に対するコンプレックスとかでは？
Oh. I don't think so. If anyone's got a complex here, it's probably me.
どういう意味でしょう？
Honestly, it's a little hard for me to talk about this, but I'd really like her life to turn out better than mine.
記憶操作後に条件付きで一般社会に戻してあげられるという説明はしましたよね。
I'm not saying I didn't consider it, but... Drugs, huh? This company deliberately recruits people considered to be expendable. Its employees are as disposable as the machinery. That's just the nature of this job. Even in a country like this, where we crawl around in the dirt every time a bullet casing gets misplaced, there isn't any fundamental difference.
ねえ、パパ、怒ってるの？
No, that's not it. I was just thinking.
私のことで何か言われた？
Listen, Makina. Are you really sure this is what you want?
またその話か。何度も言うけど、これは自分で選んだ道なのよ。パパにだって文句言わせない。
Alright. Makina always scowls when I bring this up. Every time it happens, she says the same thing. Don't go feeling sorry for me. I made my own choices. And so, with sadness stabbing at my chest, I always wrap my arms around Makina's shoulders and push my nose into her hair. Okay. Stop sniffing people! God damn it. Still! He's still just sniffing people. Ugh. She's got a sweet smell, almost like bubblegum. And there's a faint whiff of gunpowder underneath that now. That's one scent we have in common. The thought does inspire pity, but it's also oddly comforting.
ところで、私たち今どこへ向かってるのよさ。
Oh, right. See that car in the parking lot over there? We're gonna drive it out to Mishima Cape.
パパ、車買ったの？
Nope. It's a car my buddy Daniel Bone kept in Japan. Belongs to his sister now that he's gone. I borrowed it from her. Oh, okay. I'm happy I played Yuji's story first. I know who Daniel is. I know who Daniel Bone is. He was one of his Marine Army buddies. He was the black guy who tried to like sound really cool and be like I'm this big tough guy, but Yuji saw like immediately through him. Good old Danny. Okay, so if I played the after stories first and got this, I'd be like, who the fuck is Daniel Bone? Then when I play his route, I eventually get to it's like, oh, that's Danny. Once again, it's those things that happen when after you play one thing, you'll never be able to experience a different route the same way again. Because now we have prior knowledge now. Like, we already know who Daniel is. So, I mean, this is small. This is very small pickings in comparison to other stuff. Like, entire character arcs, like in Katawa Shoujo and stuff. Or even the other girls' routes here. That's just another example of that. After you play your first route, that's the only time you're able to experience something completely 100% blind. After that, you're always going to have a view about certain characters now that you've seen their story beforehand. So, yeah, Michiru is my first 100% true blind run. And now in the back of my mind, every time I see her, is the other Michiru going to take over at some point? She's got that second personality. Less personality, more literal second person. Okay, I guess Grisaia always has kind of, you know, delved into like a little bit of the soft fantasy sci-fi. So the prosthetic, sorry, not even prosthetic arm, artificial arm isn't really out of nowhere. Well, it got me this far. Might not look like much, but there's a V8 under that hood. Don't go underestimating it. These days, it's all about fuel economy and eco-friendly engines. This thing, on the other hand, is an iron coffin on wheels with a ravenous thirst for gasoline. Its very existence is a crime. You at least smell mochi. You already use Old Spice. Oh my god, Nick. Driving a car with 430 horsepower in a country this cramped is downright absurd, and the excess power always meets with the disapproval of society. Let's go. Make sure you fasten that belt. Since when were you the champion of anything? I meant your seatbelt. Okay. When you got too much in the way of power, it's important to stay cool-headed and rational. That's something I learned from my master Asako. Remember that you've got a 430 horsepower engine you can unleash at any moment, and it's hard to get too irritated when some punks in a flashy car try to provoke you. Whoa, somebody's got a lot of energy, should be the extent of your reaction. To keep pace with the city traffic around you, all you have to do is coast along. And in an emergency, you can always push the pedal to the metal. The same principle applies if you're good in a fight. Tell yourself, I can knock this guy flying any time, and it's easier to keep your cool. Sadly, lots of tough guys get themselves killed before they figure that out. Cocky idiots are always the first to die. That's pretty much a universal truth. You're never more vulnerable than when you feel invincible. But it's hard to understand that, or the real weight of a trigger, without actual experience. Someone has to teach you. Unfortunately, lessons like these aren't easy to impart with words alone. I'm painfully aware of that every time I look at Makina lately. And it makes me anxious. At the rate she's going, the kid's gonna screw up real bad sooner or later. And I'm sure Roscoe felt the same way about me back in the day. And now here I am, racking my brains the same way she did, trying to find some way to explain everything to Makina. Congratulations, Yuji. You're a parent. Enjoy. Or not. I mean, I don't have to tell you what to do. Excuse me. I mold and reshape sentences in my mind like a sculptor playing with clay. But in the end, the words that leave my mouth are completely trivial. Nice weather today.
そうだね。
Makina responds absent-mindedly. She's pressing her forehead against the side of the window like a fighter pilot looking for enemy planes, watching as the world flows quietly by.
みんな元気にしてっかな。
Probably. It's been some time since the two of us abruptly ran away from Mihama Academy. What's happened to our classmates since then? About 6 months after Makina and I arrived in America, we started to get a certain amount of mail delivered to us through the company. These letters, delivered in a bundle every Sunday, were mostly notices from government offices and organizations, or advertisements from various businesses. But every once in a while, these tiresome little packets would have a handwritten letter mixed in with the rest. The first one that we received just had the names Kazumi Yuji and Irisu Makina written on the front. I'm not sure how it got to us exactly. There was no address listed, and the postage stamp in the corner hadn't even been marked. Instead of a postmark, the envelope was marked by a red stamp indicating it had been opened and inspected by a censor. Flipping it over, I found that the sender's name was Suo Amane. Ordinarily, that letter never would have reached us. It was nice of the company to specifically arrange for its delivery, but their thorough removal of potential coded phrases meant a good deal of Amane's message was impossible to decipher. One thing, at least, was clear. After graduating from Mihama, she'd been encouraged to stay on in the role of dorm mother, and had chosen to accept. Okay, so she's still at the school, just, you know, making sure they don't act up. That works. She is kind of the mom. She's the mom friend. Learning this, of course, got me curious about how the others were doing. They'd all said something about waiting for me and Makina to return, but a year can be a very long time. There's no telling how many of them are still enrolled there. Then again, Mihama Academy is relatively easy to enter, but difficult to leave. It's a bit like a prison that way. It's not hard to imagine a few more students enrolling, but honestly, I'd be a little surprised to see anyone graduate smoothly on schedule. We might find the place exactly as we left it, actually.
だったら嬉しいんだけどな。
Well, at the very least, Amane's still at Mihama. And the others shouldn't have graduated yet.
うん。
Makina's voice sounds oddly listless. Is she praying we'll find her friends unchanged? Or worrying about the way this year's changed her? I can understand how she feels. And that only makes it harder to find something to say. Makina doesn't continue the conversation either. Her eyes stay fixed on the scenery flowing past her window. Eventually, as the sights around us begin to grow familiar, it occurs to me that Makina has been very quiet for some time. I look over and discover that she's sleeping silently, leaning back against the headrest with her face turned away from the light outside her window. At a glance, this area doesn't appear to have changed that much at all. I find myself remembering the ordinary life we were living here until just a year ago. It inspires to tickle us something like nostalgia. But as I turn the car onto the street that runs past the local train station, A certain building catches my eye. Oh, the train station? Or the bakery? Did the bakery get rebuilt? Did they rebuild the bakery? Oh, I want to continue, but at the same time, I want to save something big like that for late. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna end here. Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna end here. We'll save the, you know, reunion with everyone for the next stream. I think that kind of fits a little more. A tiny bit more, kinda. I gotta judge this solely off the feel I get from every scene. I don't know where any of this is gonna go. So let's just swap on over. We've already saved, so we're good to go. Alrighty. So a tiny bit shorter. A tiny bit, so I apologize. But I mean, it's just how it is. Plus, I kind of sort of need to end a tiny bit early. We gotta be babysitting someone soon, like a literal baby. So I gotta be down here making this much noise. I mean, I have been pretty subdued. Tonight. I think afternoon streams, I'm generally more quiet and low-key compared to how I normally am. That's just, you know, the nature of them. I'm coming down from work, so I'm already tired. Yeah, I'm already a tired boy. Wow, that's taking a while to load. Yeah, I'm gonna reset the router before I go to bed. Just to be good, just to get everything nice, little quick little refresh. Then we'll be a-okay. Yeah. Alrighty. I don't know why it's really acting up right now. Yeah, that's fine. So, well, schedule right there, as you can plainly see. No stream planned for tomorrow. I don't think I will be streaming at all for anything tomorrow. I mean, I do have that, what's it called? I do have the rest of the Rising Freedom I need to finish. I do just have, you know, the Gundam and part of a backpack. But, you know how it is. I do actually kind of have a thing I'm supposed to be doing tomorrow, but I don't know if that's still happening. I'll have to check. Whatever. Either way, for sure, a stream for sure will be Saturday. So it's good old Saturday. 6 o'clock, more Grisaia will continue Makina's route. I do have the schedule for next week already made, and it is Variety Week next week. I'll tell you that much. You might be asking, wait, that's a week early. Well, there's a reason for that. I will get into it Saturday. Why I'm doing Variety Week a little early. But, yeah, so thank you, everyone, for watching, commenting, lurking. Thank you again, Mochi, for the resub, buddy. Thank you. You didn't have to do it, but I appreciate it. Next time y'all are gonna see me should be, again, for sure, Saturday at 6. Let's see what Variety got in mind for next week. You'll find out Saturday. Or if you're in the Discord, it's posted in the Discord already. I posted it there because I wanted to. So, yeah, anyway. I hope everybody has themselves a great rest of their night, and I'll see you next time.